like to welcome you to BeMoreNews.com. It's Christmas Day. Russell Neverdon, what are you doing?
Good morning, Donnie Glover. I am here at the radio station on the Neverdon Hour on WOLB 1010 AM, where I come on every Wednesday from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m.
We haven't talked with you since that verdict came down, the judgment last week that had the city of Baltimore up in arms. Did you see it on television?
Yeah, I did.
The state's attorney seemed to justify what the officers did to this young man. Help me out.
Well, I wish I could help you out. The problem is those who really need help are the West family and the citizens of Baltimore. This was clearly, to me, a disservice and an injustice to the city of Baltimore.
Did the state's attorney justify the officers beating up this man?
Well, it sounded like to me that the state's attorney probably read the administrative report from Baltimore City in saying that the use of force was justified by a reasonable and objective standard. That is civil lingo for misconduct or what we call a abusive process. Well, not abusive process, but where there has been officer misconduct resulting in the assault on another person.
Russell, it's like a dog gets treated better in America than black people.
Well, that I think that's harsh, but unfortunately we do have an example to go by. You look at the case where the young men were being prosecuted for burning up a dog. They went with them with all heaven and earth and with zeal to try and prosecute these kids. Not once, not twice, but three times.
So it's not just me.
Well, no. I mean, unfortunately, that is the case. And here we have officers where cases drag out, resources are... look, at the end of the day, it appeared to me that they were looking for more reasons not to find a basis to charge as opposed to finding the necessary facts to make an informed decision. There's a difference between finding facts and fact-finding. Fact-finding is where the facts present themselves and you find them as they go along, and then you can make an informed decision. But when you are finding facts, you are looking specifically for those facts to meet the objective in which you're looking for.
Well, help me out. Is there a pattern? And beyond racial lines, you had in the studio Mr. Herschel a couple of weeks ago. Mm-hmm. We have the West incident. There's Anthony Anderson. Is there a pattern? And is this what's prompting you to run for state's attorney?
Well, this is one of the things that is prompting me because there is a lack of accountability. There's a lack of the appropriate exercise of prosecutorial discretion when it comes to holding people accountable for the things that they're doing that are wrong. When you have the kinds of situations where the police are exerting that amount of force that someone loses their life, it needs to be looked into. Is it justified or is it not justified? And in this situation where it's not like it's a one-on-one situation where an officer has to fight for his life. These are multiple officers that employ three means or mechanisms which would be considered weapons: fist, batons, and pepper spray. It doesn't take rocket science to figure that out. And I'm sure if the people, the West family, are able to raise enough capital and get an independent review, I'm sure you're going to find out someone who is otherwise healthy didn't just die of natural causes.
Russell, some 45 years, 44, 43 years or so ago, you were a baby living around Monroe and Fayette. Mm-hmm. Now today, you're a grown man, you have a successful firm, law firm, family, father. It's a big difference from now and then.
Yeah. And the difference is...
Do you remember Christmas back then?
I don't remember Christmas. I mean, unfortunately, my memories at that age of 3, which most people probably can't remember, mine were of traumatic memories. Abuse, neglect.
You said on that show that you got whipped. They got whipped straight out the bathtub. You and your sister,
yep,
as babies,
snatched out of a cold tub
by a stranger.
By a stranger. My sister needed to go to the bathroom, needed to relieve herself. The woman wouldn't let us get out, and as a result of that, she came back in there to check on us. I think my sister had maybe urinated, and she went off.
So what's the shot of hope to people out there struggling? Well, I mean, because clearly you are a success story here in the city of Baltimore.
Well, I think by the prayers of my grandmother on her knees and at night when I didn't see or didn't know, and those in the neighborhood, neighbors, aunts and uncles, strong, vigilant aunts and uncles who were determined that we, through education and opportunity, would have a chance in life. Teachers who were invested in us. I know that that's what truly community is about. And I believe that if we get back into that mindset, we can make a difference in our own community. That we've got a lot of kids who potentially fall under the same circumstances. I, just as I became older, began to understand emphatically, I cannot allow myself to be a victim of my circumstances. I have to declare and claim victory over my circumstances, and that's what has happened. And these kids just need somebody to know that they matter, that they are important. We need to let folk know that we are pushing and promoting job readiness, not jail readiness, that you can make positive choices because we're going to try and present positive options. We have to truly make sure that we grasp the concept of truly what diversion is, not padding numbers, not stats, and not more people just unnecessarily incarcerated, not people just unnecessarily receiving convictions where it's a one-time shot, but having a true opportunity at life. We have to hold people accountable. Those who don't want to do what they need to do, then they have to meet the fate that comes with that. But we've got to do it more balanced and more equitably across the board for everybody.
Well, good. We'd like to thank you for taking time out on this Christmas Day. You're in here working hard, Neverdon for Baltimore.com, and we appreciate you coming on our show the other day, right here on BMoreNews.com. Oh, there is one more question. There's this notion, folks talking about you shouldn't be in, you should get out. Tell them you're not going anywhere, because that's my understanding.
I'm not going anywhere. This is my town. This is where I was born and raised. I've been invested here all my life. Everything that I know, love, and care about is Baltimore. I'm not going anywhere. This is my house. I'm going to protect my house.
Keep watching BMoreNews.com, the news before the news, where we uncover the truth.